I do like living in a Canadian winter wonderland. It's quite fantastic, but after 4 months of darkness, I am kind of missing the summer.
Me too. It's dark right now.
It is dark. I miss that sunshine. You know what I should do? I should post a vlog from last summer. You know that hike to Hector Lake that we did with Brent?
That's not out yet.
No, I've just sat on it since last summer. So I'll put that up next. That's what you're going to be watching next. But before I do that, I've got an announcement to make. I'm having a book giveaway. So if you don't already know, which I'm sure everybody already does, I've mentioned it a few times, this month I've got my hardback photography book coming out called Chasing Awe with Gavin Hardcastle. This here is a prototype. So the giveaway gives one very lucky winner a signed hardback cover copy of the book, a production copy, but I'm also going to give that winner this prototype copy of the book. So this is basically what they call a content proof. So the print company send me this, it's got every single page in the book with all of the stories and all of the tech notes, and I have to sign off on this. This is the proof which I have to okay, and it comes with the cover, and you'll see the cover comes in 2 parts. So that is what the printed cover looks like, and this film represents the foil stamping, which I've chosen this nice metallic dull silver on the spine and on the cover. So there's only 1 copy of this, and I'm going to sign this. Now, of course, it is literally falling apart. You know, it's kind of pretty slapdash, and I've just had it snowed on, so it's kind of semi-frozen, and there's some water spots on it.
It adds character.
It's pretty much going to fall apart as soon as it arrives, but it is the only one in existence, and when I get to 10 million subscribers, it might be worth like $50.
10 million.
Is that not realistic?
It's shooting a bit high, I think.
Okay, 1 million subscribers.
You could do that.
By next weekend.
Oh.
So if you could just like and subscribe, that might help me get to that goal. All you've got to do to have a chance at winning this this really unique prototype, plus a full-blown production copy of Chasing Awe with Gavin Hardcastle, all you've got to do is hit the link in the description to join my mailing list. And once you're on the mailing list, I'll pull 1 name at random, and that is the lucky winner of this fantastic package, which will be signed by me.
Do you think I could win it?
Well, no, that's cheating. You can't really. I'll know as soon as I see your name on there.
Why is that cheating?
Well, you know, you're part of the household that's lying to these guys, isn't it? That's not on. That would be out of order.
Okay. Oh, I won't try then.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, you're going to be doing the shipping. What you do, ship it to yourself.
We'll just keep it.
Oh, I see what you mean now, yeah.
So really, hopefully someone from Canada wins. No, it's more expensive to ship.
It's probably more expensive to ship this to Manitoba than it is to California. Right, so that's the book giveaway. Okay, let's roll this beautiful summertime hike video from last summer in the Rockies. Tastes like piss.
Oh, did you pee here?
It was a bit yellow.
Last summer, we made the stupid mistake of hiking with Brent.
These trails are a lot more civilised than the ones we've been doing. Nice and flat, proper meandering trail. The mountain is right there in view.
I'll even join you on this one.
Yeah, you're into this one, aren't you, love?
Yeah.
I almost smashed my teeth open last night when Brent kindly dropped a giant boulder in my path. I just managed to dodge my hefty girth aside before disaster. I'm still feeling the consequences in my knees. What do you think, Brent? About halfway there? Oh, we're almost there. Brilliant. I like this trail. Easy.
Have you ever told your fans about the bear thing?
No, not really.
Yeah, so bears can hear about as well as humans can. So maybe you're off taking a shit in the woods over there and I'm 100 feet over here and you're trying to talk to me. I won't be able to hear what you're saying, so. Hey, bear! You're gonna be pretty loud. They can smell really well, but they can't hear very well, so you gotta yell.
Well, they can smell you a long way before they'll see you, Brent.
That's true, actually, yeah. What do you normally say to the bears?
I say, any bears? And to this day, not one of them has replied.
Hey, bear! The only thing that I've noticed when I yell, hey, bear, is sometimes if there's another hiker, all they hear is bear, and then they freak out.
Yeah.
But at least the bears know. But honestly, you just have to yell. You make a lot of noise. They hear you coming. They don't want to be around you. They don't want to be surprised. They'll
I
just
just
walk
walk
into it.
silent usually.
That's probably not good.
Why?
Well, that's actually not true because I've heard you do burps that literally cause avalanches.
That's true.
We've stumbled across a little meadow full of, well, not full, but quite a lot of wildflowers. And there's purple, yellow, red. Absolutely glorious. Let's give you a shot of these.
Ah, look at those colours. Oh man, I really do miss the summer.
So this purpley stuff is called fireweed. And if I'm right, this is a byproduct of when fires blast through an area and it renews, and that's when the fireweed grows, yeah?
That's generally the case, yeah.
But there's obviously been no fires here. It's just naturally occurring, I guess.
The problem of hiking with Brent is that there's usually an unacceptable level of elevation gain involved, but for this hike to Hector Lake, I was delighted to discover that it was mostly flat. Even Amanda approved of the leisurely pace, and we had lots of time to scope out potential shots with plenty of delightful reflexion.
I like this little bend going towards those peaks. It's gorgeous. It's a bonus. I never thought it'd be this pretty, actually. So nice. So now that we're doing a bit more bushwhacking and the trail's getting a bit tighter, we're just making lots of noise, making sure that we don't surprise any bears. So I always try the old, any bears?
That was actually just Amanda's stomach growling because she tends to skip breakfast. I then demonstrated some magnificent log negotiation, which, as you can see, really impressed Amanda. And before we knew it, we'd arrived at our destination and it was time to soak in that view.
This is absolutely spectacular. I had no idea there would be so much to work with here at Hector Lake, so it was totally well worth a very easy hike. Completely different to the painful uphill slog we did yesterday. This is far more bang for your buck, although I think yesterday was a lot more epic, but this is still gorgeous. And as beautiful as this area is, and this is what we had in mind when we hiked out here, I have to kind of reinforce that cliche of the journey is actually better than the destination, because I feel like the prettiest thing I've seen so far was that lovely bend in the river surrounded by wildflowers, and there was even a little reflexion over there. So I like this, it's lovely. I will get a shot here, but I think my shot belongs back on the trail at that river bend. But I haven't seen everything yet. Brent's over there scoping something out, so I'll have a look and see what he gets, but that's where my heart's lying right now. Absolutely glorious. Yeah. Well, it's really beautiful, mate, but I just can't see anything for foreground, really.
What about that tree right there?
Absolutely nothing. There's nothing that I can see that's gonna...
No, but there's an obvious tree right there.
Just really nothing at all for my foreground.
No, but like somebody placed it right there just for us.
Oh, look at that tree. Yeah, that'll work.
Oh,
yeah.
Good find, man. Good find.
Yeah, it was a good find, actually, yeah. So while Brent's busy shooting yet another panorama, I'm going to head back down the river and see if I can get that shot on the river bend with those gorgeous wildflowers, that reflexion. I'll probably have to play a bit of a waiting game because I do like a few clouds in this blue sky. So if I can get just the right arrangement of cloudage, I might actually get a beautiful shot because of that high sun. Not the type of light that I would usually go for, but in this circumstance it really makes the colours of the flowers, the river and the lake pop. So you want to come with us?
Yeah.
Alright. See you later, Brent.
Bye, Brent.
Yeah, good luck.
Good luck.
See you then.
You say that with sadness in your voice like I'm gonna get eaten by a bear. Good luck, bye.
Within minutes, we were back at the river, surrounded by lovely pink fireweed. I miss daylight.
So we've come back down to this beautiful river bend with this blanket of gorgeous wildflowers. I just love it. I love that purple colour, the bluey green colour of the river coming through the scene, and then just in the distance you can see that blue glow on the lake, and of course the blue in the sky. Not my usual kind of lights. I usually go for more moody light. I certainly never search for this kind of light. So I've framed up a nice vertical shot that takes in all of those elements. So let me show you what I've framed up and you'll see what's got me so excited. Alright, let me talk you through this shot. I've gone for a lovely vertical that takes in all of these elements. The three main elements are the wildflowers, the river, and then of course the mountains. So let me just talk you through this shot. So here are those beautiful wildflowers. I'm not sure if these are fireweed. If I've got that wrong, let me know. And then I've got the river, which I just love the colour and the motion in the river as it flows right into the middle of the frame. And what I love is that it flows in and you can see it flowing out to the lake and the mountains there. Now, because I've angled this down and the mountains are kind of like in the very top third of my vertical frame, it's made them stretch. So they look really more imposing and impressive than they truly are, which I like. That's a cool little trick. So what I've done is I've made sure that the mountain, which is a very important element, I've made sure that it doesn't clip into my buffer zones, what I call buffer zones. And if you don't know what buffer zones are, this is pretty much a term I invented a few years ago to help people with composition. It's something that I talk about at length in chapter 2 of my Composition Made Easy course entitled Tricks of the Trade. So there's a link in the description below. So that is something that I always make sure that nothing of any importance chips into my buffer zones. And I've done the same thing down here with the wildflowers. So I've got all of the elements in place. What I'll have to do is focus stack. So because I'm very, very close to these flowers, I would say 3 feet from the flowers. So I'm gonna have to do a separate focus on the flowers. Probably I don't need to focus on this middle area because I feel like if I focus on the peaks, those will also be in focus if I choose an aperture of something like f11. Right now, I'm getting some really tasty light on this mountain here, but there's nothing in the way of clouds. So I've found my composition. I know exactly how I'm going to shoot it. I've just got to sit tight now and wait for some interesting clouds to come in. And hopefully if they do, I'll get some of that lovely stripy light on those mountains there. The other thing that I need to think about is I have a polarizer on this. And when I polarize the scene, it does enhance the colors in the foreground. These flowers do look richer, and you can also see through the water to the pebbles underneath, or the river rock. So I do like to polarize for that, but if I turn the polarizer now, that's doing nothing in the sky, but if I turn it so that it's doing something in the foreground, you'll see this blob appear in the sky, which I don't like. Now that blob's not a problem at all when there's clouds, but when you get a blue empty sky, the blob can be a problem. The other thing that's good about a blue empty sky is I can just plop some clouds into this composition in Photoshop, some nice grey storm clouds, and you'd never know that it was a fake. Well, you would, because you're just seeing this video, I guess, so, yeah.
Well, I waited for some clouds, but as you can see, the light just got worse. So while I do like the composition, it's really nothing without good light. But in all honesty, I didn't really expect to get good light in the middle of the day in summer. My expectation was that at best, I'd find some good comps to keep in my back pocket and maybe return one day for a sunrise shoot.
So did you find a composition you're happy with?
I love this composition, but even though I was harping on about I liked how bright it was and it was lighting up the river and the lake, yes, that's the case, but I found that the flowers looked better in shade, because when the light's really harsh, you really only have light on one side of the flower, and then the other side is completely in shadow, it's almost black. So when a cloud came in, colours in the flowers were so much nicer. So I think I'd like everything to be in shade, which means if we come back for a sunrise and those peaks light up, but then everything below that alpenglow is basically in shade, then I'll get the killer shot, I reckon. So should we come back for sunrise?
We should definitely come back for sunrise. Where are we going next though?
Emerald Lake.
Ah, Emerald Lake. Should we get in a canoe again?
Maybe. We'll see.
Are you going to paddle this time? Okay, I'll take care of Cleatus this time.
Well, I can take care of Cleatus.
Oh, not this again, mate. No. He's our dog, right? Get your own bloody husky.
Husky?
What are you laughing at?